revenue collection for the first half of 2025 was lower than projected. The current trend, domestic revenue, is projected to recover a shortfall of close to 1 billion for the year as a whole. Accordingly, total domestic revenue is now projected at 17.9 billion new euros, which is 9.3% of GDP, compared to the original projection of 18.9, which is 9.8% of the GDP. The shortfall is largely attributed to weak performance of goods and services tax due to the widespread evasion and avoidance of GST. And when you compare this with what is in the audit report, you will note that key offices of government are evading paying GST, including the office of the chief minister, which is in the audit report.
No, that's not
the withholding tax. Yes.
the auditor is there.
Yes.
The PSC chairman is
Whether it's there, I'll vote for him from the audit report. I'll vote for him from the audit report.
Which says they are evading.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I now come to some of the measures government is taking. When you go to the debt, addressing the debt challenges, I think in page 6 or so, addressing the debt challenges, you will notice that one, there is a weak mobilization of revenue, very weak. And it undermines even the plans that are on this very budget. It undermines the plan. Government claims that they will reduce the weekly borrowing requirement. That is what is stated here. And they will introduce robust revenue mobilization. Do we have an evidence of this robustness in the revenue mobilization? Without expanding the tax base, Mr. Speaker, improving compliance and also cutting down the leakages, these promises will always remain illusion. There will be an illusion. So to us, we have seen some of these promises as very unrealistic from this budget. Very, very unrealistic. Very, very unrealistic. And Mr. Speaker, also from this budget, the minister claimed that long-term treasury bond will be shifted and that will not solve the problem. Issuing a long-term treasury bond does not reduce the debt. It merely kicks down the can down the road. It does not. It does not. And what is most critical when you look at the measure stated here, I am quoting all the measures that are stated here.
And the one from the Gigba.
The over-reliance on NACIT and non-bank institution is also risky, Mr. Speaker. Pushing NACIT and other institutions, especially institutional investors, to buy more government securities may threaten pensioners. Even after pension, they will struggle to receive their pensions because that is what they are pushing. So we are saying as opposition that some of these strategies are not working. They are not working.
Are you reading from the Geba?
And also, I'm reading directly from the budget. And also, when you look at some of the strategy of this ministry, they have said that the regulatory norms, they will push to set regulatory norms, and these regulatory norms must be transparent, very, very transparent, and should not be politically motivated. So to us as opposition, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we have looked at this budget presented, and this budget is a clear case of government trying to cut down their expenditure, government trying to ensure that they reduce their expenditure, but because of the utterances they have made on austerity measure, they have decided to give it another nomenclature, a synonym. Exactly. Another nomenclature. Yes. If you look at page 6, page 6, 5, it says engage non-bank financial institutions, including NACIT, to increase their uptake of treasury bonds. And that is what I have just said, that it will affect pensioners, and it will cause, at the end of the day, a whole lot of problems. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, they said on 7, that is paragraph 35(7), they said they would seek more grants and concessional external loans from development partners. In fact, seeking concessional loans and more grants exposes our lack of homegrown solutions. Because we have seen an overburden on the budget, and we have seen an overburden on the debt. So going for more concessional loans is not advisable. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this budget, in fact, it was deliberate when the minister said this is not austerity budget, because he was saying these are austerity measures, but we have deliberately not referred to it as austerity budget. It's a fiscal consolidation with a lot of austerity measures. And when our brothers there, we don't have problem with taking austerity measures or reducing spending. It's for the love of your people. We have had very, very big economies reverting to austerity measures. You go to Spain, they introduced austerity measures.
All over the world, all over the world.
You go to Germany, they have introduced austerity measures. Because they are people-centered.
They increase the cost.
They are people-centered. Reducing government expenditure is people-centered decision. So condemning austerity measures is like you say, there are actions you should not take for your people. I could remember before 2018, some ministers were prevented from traveling, which were all austerity measures. Some were prevented from even traveling on business class. They had to use economy.
Which government?
Because of austerity measures. Workshops were not held on places where they would pay for, they would look for government facilities. These were all austerity measures, aiming at redirecting this money to developmental projects. They will reduce even the purchase of office furniture just because they want to serve their people. So for anybody that is unhesitatingly opposing austerity measure, it's not people friendly. It's not people friendly. And when they introduce austerity measure, it is not because you don't have money, or it is not because you lack money. I have called developed nations who have similarly introduced the same, and these nations will never go without money. But these are measures to prioritize the needs of your people compared to the unnecessary spending of government. So if the minister suggests that there will be a reduction, a drastic reduction in capital investment, I will salute you, sir, for that austerity measure. I will salute you for that austerity measure, which some people under normal circumstances will never have taken. If the minister is saying that they should cut half to funding capital projects from 2.2 billion to 1.1 billion, I will salute you, sir, because that is an austerity measure. Yes, you see, the problem we find ourselves in is that, yes, when you are not in the shoes, you condemn a lot. But when you come to the field, like you remember, recently Arsenal played a game, and I was out watching. There are a lot of things I said. And on the weekend, my veteran team played a game, and I was substituted last minute. I could not do anything. Regardless of the experience I had when Arsenal was playing, I could not translate them into actions. And that is the typical illustrative example that is happening now. You have said so awful things about austerity measures that is practiced by bigger economies, and now you want to revert to austerity, and you are calling it fiscal consolidation. Yes, fiscal consolidation. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, like we said, we are not here to derail the progress of government, or we are not here to oppose the unnecessary. We are people-centered, we are focused, and that is why we constructively criticize and we comment where necessary. This budget before us has not met the fiscal consolidation, has not met the budget credibility. Therefore, we are saying the name or the theme ascribed to this budget is a typical example of misplacement of theme. It's a typical example of misplacement of theme. It should be on your name, austerity supplementary budget. It's a clear case of austerity. Yes. Austerity supplementary budget. So we want to make it very clear that the court